From Hollywood, it's Paranormal Tonight. I'm Mark Summers, and now, here's your host, Dan Harary.
Okay, we're so excited for our guest. I'm just going to give a little backstory. So, Jenna and I reached out. We're like, where do we go to find an alien expert? I mean, where do you begin? We found the place. We went to the John E. Mack Institute, which is continuing the work of a Harvard psychiatrist, John E. Mack, who conducted studies on the psychiatry of people who had witnessed aliens. And he went in with the hypothesis that this was some kind of psychiatric condition, but then discovered that there was no link between a psychiatric condition and this experience. So his work continues with this institute. The institute referred us to Dan, and when I read his bio, you will understand why. So, Dan is the founder of Wow Signal News Service, a publication for the UFO research community. He is also the director of media relations for Contact in the Desert, which is the world's largest annual UFO conference. He's the chairman and creator of the Hollywood Disclosure Alliance, which is a movement powered by entertainment industry producers and renowned researchers to partner together on depictions of aliens in media. He's also, you're like, okay, but what else, right? That's not enough. There is more. The author of 4 books, including his personal memoir, My Paranormal Life, which you can find on danhararyauthor.com. And, last but not least, he also has an upcoming appearance at the Conscious Life Expo in LA. So if this is not enough alien for you, if you're like, that was a little light on the aliens, guys, go to the Conscious Life Expo. All right, please, give it up for Dan Harary.
Shirt, you guys. He came right.
What great is this shirt? The Beatles were aliens, by the way, just so you know. What? Yeah?
Do you have aliens inside of them? Oh, okay.
Precious.
Extraterrestrial.
By the way, Men in Black is a real phenomenon. Just.
Oh, he called us out. We got it wrong.
Whoever said that was real is no, seriously. Since the 50s, it's a real phenomenon.
You got an exclusive right here.
I will just...
I think Sam, you have to give that. Sam, return your prize, Sam. Return your prize, brother.
You're on the VIP list now for the next show. You're on the VIP list.
I mean, isn't it just a class experience if you feel you got cheated on a test question? You just want to say, bring it back. All right, so Dan, other than making me look like a fool,
I was going to raise my hand and say, Kiersten.
What would you like to talk about? Okay, so first of all, you refer to yourself as a ufologist.
Ufologist, yes.
And you're part of the UFO research community.
I am.
So we'd love for you to explain, what is ufology? Who makes up the UFO research community? Like, are these scientists or Grateful Dead fans? Or both? Grateful Dead fans.
I never liked the Grateful Dead, so no.
Oh.
Okay. I'm a 20-year student of ufology. That's how I describe myself. I've been studying the history of UFOs and extraterrestrial life for 20 years. Ufology is huge, okay? We can all make fun of it, and this is a comedy show, and that's fine. And I was a comedian years ago, they know this. Extraterrestrials exist. Extraterrestrial life is real. It's always been real. There are many, many, many species of extraterrestrials who have been visiting planet Earth for hundreds of thousands of years, okay? Now, if you've studied, I know sounds like bullshit, you think I'm batshit crazy, that's fine. I've been studying this for 20 years. I am friends, literally good friends, with the top UFO researchers in the world. In the world are my friends. I'm friends with Dr. Avi Loeb, the head of astronomy at Harvard, is a friend of mine. He knows extraterrestrials are real, okay? So at the level that of my study, and if this is the history of ufology. I know this much after 20 years. That's how dense the subject is. Ufologists are experiencers. I've experienced 4 UFO sightings. Maybe we'll talk about that. I have seen 4 UFOs in real life, and they changed my life. That's number 1. Scientists, experiencers, researchers, authors, filmmakers, TV series producers, astronomers, and again, because in the last few years, how I've sort of stumbled into this field. I'm a Hollywood publicist. I've been a Hollywood publicist for 42 years. So I've been on the entertainment side forever. When I was 13, I had an experience with my father, which we could talk about. And then that changed my life with UFOs. In the last 3 years, I've become very, very prominent around the world with ufologists. I run the Contact in the Desert media relations. All the top speakers in the world speak there every year in Palm Springs. I know them, they're friends of mine. So researchers, scientists, authors, experiencers, these are all people that study ufology, and I consider myself a ufologist.
That's amazing. Wow. I have a question for you. Okay, so where do aliens come from? Can you tell us about the 5 theories of where aliens are from?
Okay, so
In a short way.
I will. First of all, okay.
That's a big question.
I have props. I have show and tell.
Oh my gosh.
My friend Craig Campobasso spent 30 years researching this book, The Extraterrestrial Species Almanac, okay? There are 82 different species of extraterrestrials chronicled in this book. Where they're from, what they look like, how they travel, what they do, if they're good, if they're evil, if they're benign. He spent 30 years. He's a very good friend of mine. When I said, Craig, 82 species, oh my God, he goes, Dan, there's 120 species, but my publisher ran out of pages. So if you want to know the different species, get this book. Okay, there's 5 theories where they're from. Other stars, planets, and solar systems. Okay, well, that's the obvious one. I have a friend who's friends with Pleiadians. They're from Pleiades. Okay, that's the obvious one. There is a theory, you guys, which I love, my favorite one. They're us from the future.
I love that one.
Believe it or not, there are scientists who I know who think that's a valid theory. Us from the future coming back in time. Well, that I love. There's a great deal of evidence that some of them are interdimensional. You know, you'll see a craft. Has anyone here ever had a UFO sighting? Anyone? Seen a UFO? And Sam? You've seen a UFO? Okay. Was it stationary? Was it?
No, it was just it was this very bright green flash across the sky.
Okay.
It just didn't make sense.
Okay. There are many, 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 many people, and you'll see videos. Now, here's the problem with videos, man. Between digital visual effects and AI, today, you don't know what's real and what's not real. If you see something online, oh my God, it's the greatest flying saucer ever, it's probably not. It's probably AI. But if a saucer is in the sky, and people have seen this for hundreds of years, and then it vanishes, it'll reappear here, it'll reappear here. Some of them travel interdimensionally. Avi Loeb from Harvard told me, you think that's a valid theory? The guy's a genius. I'm a moron. Avi Loeb is a genius. That's 3. There are underwater bases all over the earth that have extraterrestrials living at the bottom of our oceans. That's, in my world, that's a fact. That's a given. We know that. There's a base, believe it or not, there's a base off of Malibu. I have photos of it, and there's a base off of Catalina Island. Those are the 2 closest ones. They're all over the world. And the one I know least about, Jenna, is some races live deep inside planet Earth. It's called the hollow Earth theory. That one, I think, I'm not sure, but those are the 5 theories.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Interesting. Also, I love they chose Malibu and Catalina. These are classy choices.
They have good taste, apparently. Yeah, they have American Express cards, I guess.
They just DoorDash some Nobu over to the islands. Those are great choices. No, that's really interesting. And we met with Dan a few weeks ago to prepare for this, and every single thing he said, I was like, I need to read about this. Like 5 theories. I'm like, the Pacific Rim movie, that was real. Like I thought about this, but now, you a fan?
A lot. Okay. Well, perhaps we could talk about Hollywood and
Actually, let's save
Okay,
it. We'll save
save
it.
it.
We'll save it.
Okay,
Because
sure.
I want to talk, there's actually something happening in a few days that Dan told us about that revolves around the disclosure movement. So I want to talk about that next. So the disclosure movement is also known as the Big D. Capital D. I misspoke.
The big D is Dallas. I think the D is Dallas, Texas. Okay.
Yes, Dallas. Yes. So let's get back on track.
You're good. You're close.
What is the disclosure movement, and can you tell us about your involvement?
Okay. We call it we. It's only been 3 years. My partner in Washington, 30 years. 30 years every single day of his life. Stephen Bassett, B-A-S-S-E-T-T. Google him. He's famous. He's my partner in my Hollywood group. Every single day for the last 30 years, my friend Stephen Bassett in Washington, D.C. has been going up to Congress and meeting with senators and House of Representatives to tell them we need to disclose, capital D or big D, either one, capital D. The word is called disclosure. What is disclosure? Disclosure would be Trump or Putin or King Charles or the Pope or some major world leader tomorrow goes on TV and says, ladies and gentlemen, I have something to tell you. It's going to be hard to believe, but it's true. Extraterrestrial life is real. We've known about it since 1947. The crash at Roswell happened. It really happened, you guys. It was truly an event that happened. 4 dead aliens, 1 living alien were recovered at Roswell. Side story. The guy that discovered the Roswell crash, his name was Jesse Marcel. He was an officer in the Roswell Army base. His grandson, Jesse III, is a friend of mine. Jesse III told me when he was 8, he was in a fishing boat with his grandfather, the guy that discovered the Roswell crash. And his grandfather said, you know, Jesse, before I die, you should know extraterrestrials are real. We saw them, we captured them. I recovered the craft. What grandfather lies to his 8-year-old grandson? And the answer is, it was not a lie, it really happened. Roswell really happened, 47. The government has been covering this up for years. My friend Steve Bassett came up with the term, the truth embargo. It's called the truth embargo. We still live with the truth embargo today. Disclosure would be a world leader, goes on TV, extraterrestrials are real. We've known about them since the 1947 crash at Roswell. We have technology from them. We have aliens living and dead. There are living aliens under bases in New Mexico, you guys, in military bases today, living who work with our scientists to reverse engineer technology for us. Fiber optics and Kevlar and I forget, there's many, many products that have come about, computer chips have come about as a result of reverse engineering of extraterrestrial technology.
And can you talk about what's happening on September 9th?
Yeah, right, exactly. September 9th, you guys, at 7 a.m. Pacific, it will be live. It's the next UAP. They came up with UAP. You know, UFO is flying saucers. It's, you know, little green men. A few years ago, they came up with UAP. UAP and UFO, it's the same thing. It's just a fancier term. The UAP congressional hearing is Tuesday this coming, September 9th, 7 a.m. It will be streamed live on YouTube. They have 4 UAP specialists, scientists, Army people, and a very famous media guy who's a friend of mine. His name is George Knapp. He's been studying aliens since the 80s. He's a very famous guy. They're going to testify before Congress Tuesday morning this coming that extraterrestrials are real, that UFOs are real, and it's time that we have capital D disclosure.
Capital D.
Capital D.
Capital D.
Yeah, and this looks like a crowd that wakes up before 7, so I'm sure we're all gonna watch.
That's incredible.
And my friend Steve Bassett, my partner, he'll be sitting right there. He'll be on TV. I'll probably, hey, Steve.
That's amazing.
That's so incredible.
So now you're all primed. You're gonna hear about this in the news in a few days, and I think you're ready. So we're now going to talk about the Hollywood Disclosure Alliance. So Dan co-created a group called the Hollywood Disclosure Alliance, which is focused on the depiction of extraterrestrials in film and TV. So can you tell us about it? And then also, are you allowed to tell us who some of these members are, or is it a secret society?
No, it's not the Skull and Bones, no. Ron will get that from Yale or whatever.
My grandpa was in that.
In Skull and Bones?
Yeah.
Did he kill
He
JFK?
was in the CIA.
Did he kill JFK?
Maybe.
Cut the cameras.
His stuff just got declassified. My mom doesn't want to look at it.
Alan Dulles from the CIA orchestrated the assassination of JFK. That I've been studying for 45 years. Okay? I have read 400 books. I've met new people. That's another thing. I don't want to come
That's
back.
our next show called Dead Presidents. It's gonna be super fun.
Who shot JFK? The game show.
The crossing hole.
Let's spin a wheel.
Behind the third door, Jenna's grandpa!
Jenna's grandpa killed JFK. Oh my God.
Do I get money? I don't know.
I'll call the New York Times. It's
Okay,
unbelievable.
order in the classroom. Let's get back to the question.
Just so you know.
We riled him up.
Just so you know, that happens to be true. The CIA killed JFK. And that,
Love that. We're gonna put
it's
that in our
mind-boggling
pocket.
how huge that is.
That's
Okay.
But we would love to know about the Hollywood Disclosure
Okay, we'll
Alliance.
get back to that.
That
Okay.
you're the co-chair of, correct?
I wrote a book. I've written 5 books. This book is called After They Came. This is my aliens and UFOs science fiction novel. Okay, it's on Amazon. Inspired by true events that happened to me and my father in my life. Okay, so I have to plug this because my mother goes, "You never promote your books anymore, Danny. It's enough already with the aliens." That's my mother, 91 years old. It's enough with the aliens. My mother, God bless her, 91 in October.
That's called an act out in comedy.
Well, we can tell you did comedy in the 70s. That's really good.
I had hair when I did comedy. That's what
You don't need hair for comedy. It's
That's
fine.
apparently not. I wrote this book. It came out in 2023. When it came out, I went to a bunch of UFO conventions. Anyone here heard of Alien Con? It was in Pasadena for many years. It's a result of who watches the Ancient Aliens TV show? One of you saw Ancient. You saw Ancient Aliens? You know the show. Okay. Who knows Ancient Aliens, the TV show? Okay. Okay. I know all those guys. I'm friends with all those people. Okay. So
He's dropping all the alien people out of there.
I'm a UFO groupie. I can't help it. I'm a UFO whore. I can't help this. So this book came out in March 2023. I was at Alien Con in Pasadena. I met a guy named Stephen Bassett, and we became friends, and we had lunch in Hollywood. He's the 30-year disclosure guy in Washington, right? We had lunch. He goes, "Dan, I'm a 30-year disclosure guy. You're a 40-year Hollywood guy. What can we do together?" This is at Michelli's restaurant. Toby and I go there sometime in Hollywood. I looked up at the ceiling, I swear to you, for 5 seconds, and I looked at him. I said, "Stephen, we're going to create the Hollywood Disclosure Alliance, HDA, Hollywood Disclosure Alliance." He goes, that's it. We shook hands. We had 3 words, Hollywood Disclosure Alliance. That's all we had. We had 3 words. 4 days later was Contact in the Desert 2023, the world's largest UFO conference in Palm Springs. Stephen and I went there. We met every major UFO researcher in the world and told them we were going to do this fakakta thing. All we had was 3 words. We had nothing. We didn't even know what it was. Every single person, "Oh, I want to be in that. Oh, I want to be a member. Oh, I want to do that." So after 4 days, we had the top UFO researchers in the world joining a group. We didn't even know what the group was. We had 3 words. So we created, my daughter's a graphic artist and a designer. She created a logo. She created a website. We put together my friend Stephen's people and my people. Today we have 230 members. If you go to HollywoodDisclosureAlliance.org, it's a global UFO and Hollywood networking group. Half of our members are experiencers, researchers, and authors, okay? And disclosure people. The other half are Hollywood writers, producers, and directors. And they are we have live events, we have online events, we have a live chat room. I'm the chairman, I created it, my daughter and I own it and run it together. Shirley MacLaine is a member. Who knows Thomas Jane, the movie star? He was the Punisher. Okay, he's one of my best friends. He had an alien situation in his house 15 years ago. It frightened him so deeply, he's never been the same. So he calls me all the time to talk about aliens. Thomas Jane, the Punisher, calls me all the time. Dan, let's talk about aliens. Okay, Thomas. Guy's a famous movie star. What am I? Nothing. I'm nothing.
Amazing.
Dania Ramirez, this beautiful actress. Michael Ian Black is on a CNN show called Have I Got News for You? Dave Foley, who knows Dave Foley? Oh, please, I have shoes older than every person in this room. You guys. Anyway, so we have famous people, we have experiencers. They blend 5 documentary films, including one that I produced. I produced the film. It's called Secrets in the Spotlight. Secrets in the Spotlight. It's on Amazon. I produced it. It's about Hollywood people talking about aliens and UFOs in the media. So it's a very robust thing, HollywoodDisclosureAlliance.org.
That's amazing. And as you know now, the list is transparent. So I think
They're all on the website, all these people.
yeah, and any of you can look into it if you want to go to any of the
Or
events.
join.
Yeah, join, write a screenplay. We're in LA, you should be writing screenplays. Like, that's what we're here for.
If anyone wants to join, there's a button that literally just says join. Fill it out, it'll go to me, and I'll put you.
User friendly, I love it.
So we are curious, with all of the depictions of aliens in TV and film, could you name 1 or 2 that you think are the most accurate or esteemed in the community, and maybe 1 or 2 that you all don't like the representation of aliens?
Sure, okay. Steven Spielberg has had since the 70s, and maybe earlier, he's had an inside track with the top researchers, UFO people. Who's seen Close? We've all seen Close Encounters? Okay, my all-time favorite movie. I've seen it 50 times. Every single time at the end I cried, every single time. That's how deeply I'm affected by that film. Steven Spielberg on that film, God, it's so bright in here.
Very bright. Welcome to the limelight,
I
Dan.
forget.
I should say welcome back.
I forget how much I hated doing stand-up. God, I fucking hated it, man.
I'm so glad we could give you that experience.
I would perform at the Improv. I'd be in the bathroom, literally vomiting. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm puking. I'm so nervous. And God, I forgot. Spielberg had a guy named Dr. J. Allen Hynek as his science advisor on Close Encounters. Who was Dr. J. Allen Hynek? The head of Project Blue Book. Okay?
The one we got right.
His son, Paul Hynek, his son is one of my best friends. Paul Hynek does DMT 5 times a day. I don't know how the man is walking upright. He talks to aliens, literally. If you ever want to meet aliens, apparently, do DMT 5 times a day. You'll talk to aliens.
We are not responsible for what happens to you. Do DMT 5 times a day. That's on Dan. That's on Dan.
That's how you, according to J. Allen Hynek's son Paul, that's how you meet aliens. Okay, so Spielberg, Close Encounters, was based on a number of real-life experience, things that really happened. That's why that movie is so remarkable and rings so true. It was based on several real events. And E.T., of course, we all know and love E.T. Here's a side little fact, and I told the girls last week on Zoom. Steven Spielberg's mother, may she rest in peace, was a short, little Jewish woman named Leah Adler. She was like 4 foot tall. I used to have lunch with her, with my mother, at Leah's restaurant near my house. I used to eat with Leah. And my Steven did this, and everything was my Steven. Did you know Steven modeled E.T. after me? Leah, Steven modeled E.T. after his mother, Leah Adler. The little shriveled up Jewish woman. Looked exactly like it. I'm like, Leah, you look like E.T. That's where E.T. came from, by the way, Leah Adler. Okay, so Spielberg. And Spielberg's next film, here's a big one, everyone, next June. Spielberg's next movie, next June, Disclosure. How about that?
Big D.
Big D. When my partner, Steve Bassett, heard that, I think he had an orgasm in his pants. We were at Factor's Deli, and he saw his phone. I think he had an orgasm in his pants. He's like, Spielberg, Disclosure. Something.
That was also a good act out.
Something. I don't do male orgasms on stage. That might have been a first, quite frankly. Okay, so yeah.
What were some bad depictions?
The bad ones.
That annoy
Okay.
you?
The bad ones, and they're entertaining. Okay. War of the
This
Worlds.
show? Oh,
War of the Worlds. They come to kill us, right? Independence Day. They come to kill us. Who remembers a TV show called The Twilight Zone? There's a famous episode called To Serve Man. It's the best episode of The Twilight Zone. In To Serve Man, aliens come to Earth, and they say, we're here to, mankind thinks they're here to help us. And the aliens go, come on our ship, because we're going to teach you new technologies and teach you how to live in peace. So thousands of people are getting on the ships, and this one woman runs down to the line, don't get on the ship, because the lead alien is carrying this book in his hands, and it's written in a foreign language, in an alien language. And the lady goes, don't get on the book. The translation of the book, the ship, the translation of the book is To Serve Man. It's a cookbook. It's a cookbook. So these people, aliens are coming to eat us. So aliens are coming to kill us and eat us. So my big three, Independence Day, War of the Worlds, and To Serve Man.
Interesting. Okay. Wow. I'm gonna have to rewatch those. They sound terrible. Okay. Can't wait. We're gonna switch gears a little bit to your father's work for the U.S. Army. We've got a prop. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You've written about your father's connection to extraterrestrial research. So you're a little bit of a UFO nepo baby. Can you tell us about your father's work?
Okay. This is why I'm here. I mean, why I'm here. That doesn't come out right. This is why I've become well known in the disclosure movement, the following story, okay? And it happened remarkably fast, and it still amazes me that it happened so quickly. It goes back a while, and I'll do this quickly. In 1970, I was 13. March 1970, I was 13 years old. My father drove me home one day from school in the afternoon, suburban New Jersey, where I'm from, my street where I grew up. We're driving along, a huge silver V UFO is hovering along my father's car. I saw it through the windshield. I said, Dad, stop the car. Dad, stop the car. There's a UFO. Stop the car. We stopped the car. My dad and I got out in front of the car. I swear to you all on my daughter's life, and they know my daughter. This is a true story, okay? We got out. Me and my dad, this huge, it was like a 747, it's huge. Silent V, silver V, shiny V, silent, no wings, no propellers, no smoke, hovering above my father's car, 300, 400 feet. I go, Dad, look, Dad, it's Star Trek, it's Star Trek. This is 1970. It's Star Trek, Dad, look. My father looked at it like, look at his watch, look at his shoes, look at his car. I should get that car washed. Looking at it, couldn't care less. My father couldn't care less. I'm looking like, what? It's the eighth wonder of the world is hovering above my father's car. He couldn't care less, okay? After a few minutes, he looked at me, he goes, come on, kid, let's go home. Get in the car, we go home. I run into the house, rotary phone. I called the Asbury Park Press, my hometown newspaper. Hi, my name is Danny, I'm 13, I just saw a UFO with my dad. The lady said, Sonny, I can't talk to you right now. We're getting hundreds of phone calls about this. Hundreds of people are calling in. I have to go. Their phones are ringing. I'm sorry, Sonny, I have to go. Remember, that's you said, call me Sonny, remember that. Hung up. No article ever ran in the paper, okay? I forgot about that event for 47 years, okay? 47 years. I forgot that I never told anyone it happened. My dad and I never ever discussed it, even at the end of his life. We never ever talked about it, ever. What happened 47 years later? My father died. My father died in April 2017 in Florida. He had a bad death. It was awful. I get the call here in LA. I went to Junior's Deli near UCLA to get a pastrami sandwich in my father's memory and just to be sad about my father. I swear to all of you, I swear to God, this is a true story. Sitting at the deli, I ordered a sandwich. I'm thinking about how much I'm going to miss my father. A beam of light or energy from the right side of the sky or the ceiling hit me in the head at the deli. It hit me in the head like knuckles in a fist, like this. Bang! And then through my eyes, projected in the air in front of me, the home movie of the 1970 UFO sighting, home movie color holograph 3D with audio. played in the air in 8 inches in front of my face. It played. I'm watching 13-year-old me jumping up and down, and my dad and his car and the V, and I'm watching it play. 3 days after my father died. I'm going, holy shit, I remember that. My hands were shaking, my heart was beating. I'm like, oh my God, that really happened? That really happened? This time, my father looked down at me, he winked at me and said, come on, kid, let's go home. And then this little home movie, it's called it's called an ET download. Some people think it was extraterrestrial. I think my father sent this movie to me from heaven. Honest to God, I think my father sent this to me from the other side, because he had just died. It pixelated, it just went away. Now I'm shaking, and I hear in my right ear, get a pen, get a pen, get a pen, get a pen, get a pen. I get a pen from the waiter, I wrote on the placemat on the table in front of me, write a book about benevolent aliens. Lead character's father knew about UFOs. ATC, all capital. Then my hand said, it's called, anyone heard of automatic writing?
Yeah.
Never heard of it? That's what I did, my hand did. I watched my hand move. Such an old Jew, it's unbelievable. ATC, look at this. This is where my book came from. It was given to me. I swear to God, it was given to me as a gift from my father from heaven 3 days after he died. This was given to me. Okay, who was my father? Now we'll answer your question. A week after my father died, I found this in a scrapbook. This is a copy. This is a profile of my father from May 1985, from his workplace. My father gave this to me in 1985. I didn't know I had this. This is after he died in 2017. I read this, and for the first time, and you ready for this? My father invented drones for the Army. My father literally invented drones for the U.S. Army. Top secret work. And other things that are in here. I researched my father's workplace, and a long story short, they reverse engine. My father worked at Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, Army base. Top secret. He never told my mother what he did for a living, okay? They reverse engineered recovered UFOs at Fort Monmouth, New Jersey. I have proof of that. And one last anecdote on this story. After my father died, my father also invented radar systems, missile systems, and I invented drones, those 3 things. Things that flew in the sky to spy on Russia and China and North Korea and all that. Everything in Vietnam, everything he did had to do with spying for the Army. I called my mother, said, Mom, Dad just died. They were divorced. Dad just died. Did he ever talk about UFOs? They were together for 30 years. In the early 60s, your father came home one day from work. And he was pale and shaking and very, very nervous. I said, Jackie, what's wrong? My father said to my mother, I saw something today in the vault at Fort Monmouth, in the vault. It's above top secret. I can never tell you or anyone as long as I live. My father said that to my mother in 1961 or 62. My mother said he walked down the hall. Your father was never the same after that day. Well, what could my father have seen? He saw a UFO, or a piece of UFO technology, or something extraterrestrial. I know it. And he never told anyone the rest of his life. So that's who my father is.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. That's really, wow, that's incredible. Let's give him a hand. That was an incredible story.
I think Jenna and I have asked enough questions. We want to get 1 or 2 quick audience questions. If anyone has something they want to ask Dan about disclosure, the Hollywood Alliance, its research, his experiences.
It could be silly. It could be, listen, it could be silly,
I have a question.
Yeah.
You talked about the depiction in Hollywood of aliens in Hollywood movies, Hollywood-produced movies. What do you think of the depiction of, people who say they see UFOs in movies? People who, I'm thinking of like the depiction of, for example, Randy Quaid in Independence Day. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think in general of the depiction of people who claim to see UFOs in movies?
Okay, believe it or not, the CIA, since the 40s, this is documented, The CIA has been involved with newspapers, magazines, radio stations, TV stations, and movie makers, so that depictions of aliens and UFOs historically, up until now, and just the last few years, we're turning the corner and disclosure is very, very close. But historically, anyone who was a UFO witness was to be discredited, mocked, told, the media was to be told they were insane, they were wife beaters, they were alcoholics, they were escapees from mental institutions. Randy Quaid, okay? So historically, and it's always the toothless, bearded guy with a pitchfork and a pig and Arkansas. Yeah, Lamont, I saw you. You know, but you know what? A lot of these people really did. They really did. They are to be discredited. That's why it's so important now. My group, HDA, is to inspire the next era of films, TV shows, and documentaries based on the real stories of real people who have had real experiences. That's what we're doing, and it's starting to happen now. So historically, it's been abysmal, and they have been made fun of all the way through. And now, just even now on CNN, if they do a story about aliens, they laugh less, they chuckle less, they play the X-File music a little bit less. They play it a little bit less.
Oh no.
So it's just now, it's starting to be somewhat like, oh, maybe it's real.
And we have time for one more quick question in the back. Sam?
Do aliens want to be part of our society, or do they want to be left alone?
Great
Okay,
question.
so I have a prop for that one.
Sam.
Okay, it's Sam, is that?
Yeah, Sam.
You
Hi,
can
Sam.
name drop him now.
Okay, you don't have to.
You know Sam.
Listen, there's 8 people here. I know everyone's name in the room here. Half of the people are my best friends over here.
Dan is a networker.
Yeah, I guess so. How can I answer your question? Okay, so, you know, there's a show called Ancient Aliens, okay? It's been on the air for about, since '09. It's been on the air since '09. I know them. I know those people. In the 60s, a guy named Eric von Daniken wrote a book called Chariots of the Gods. Toby, I know you've read it. Ron, have you read that? No? Anyone heard of that book, Chariots of the Gods? Eric von Daniken is a Swiss author. In the 68, he wrote a book, Chariots of the Gods. He came up with something called Ancient Astronaut Theory, which proposes that extraterrestrials have been visiting planet Earth probably for millions and millions of years. They built the pyramids, they did the Nazca lines in Peru, they built Machu Picchu. There are petroglyphs all over the world, 100,000-year cave drawings and petroglyphs, hundreds of thousands of years old, that our ancestors drew, of aliens and UFOs and flying saucers and things. They've been here a very, very long time. I believe strongly in ancient astronaut theory. I truly do, and I've studied it, and I believe it. I just literally read this, just finished it this week, a book called Gods of the Bible. This book, I was raised Jewish, pretty hardcore Jewish, and I believed in all that stuff until, honest to God, until I discovered ancient astronaut theory, and now I don't. In this book, this author goes through the Old Testament, line by line, in the Hebrew, the Old Testament in Hebrew, and he says that anytime God was mentioned and described, it was plural. God was Elohim, plural, multiple gods. There were different extraterrestrial gods that our Moses and Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and even Jesus, all the prophets dealt with, according to this, different extraterrestrial gods. They were part of a group called the Elohim, which is plural. Yahweh is the God of the Jews. His name was Yahweh. He was an actual entity. He flew in craft. He came, visited, spoke to people. They saw him come and go. It wasn't just this generic creator. And I believe there's a creator God. There has to be. But the gods of our ancestors, I truly believe, were of the Elohim tribe. There were multiple gods. And this is a really interesting book called Gods of the Bible. Just read it.
So, do you think that the aliens want to be a part of who we are and support our society?
Well, they have been. They have been all this time.
All this time.
All this time. They have been.
And they're not scary. Well, some of them are.
There are different races. Okay. I have a good friend named Mark in San Francisco. He's 62 years old. When he was 5, he was abducted by a beautiful Pleiadian woman named Maya and taken on a ship. Every 5 years, since the age of 5, he's 62 now, they take him on a ship and teach him things. They are teachers. They're from the Pleiadian star cluster, which is in outer space.
Wow.
And he says they're so beautiful. When he's with them, he cries because he calls them the light people. They're like these beautiful male and female blondes with the blue uniforms and the blonde hair, and they glow. And he said, you look at them and you cry. And they're friendly and benevolent. They taught him to bring solar energy to the American natives, Indians in the American Southwest. He did that, and today he's a multimillionaire. How about that? So that's my friend Mark. I have other friends who have been abducted and tortured. And last thing, not to be scary, 3 women, friends, 3, that were abducted, impregnated. Months later, their fetuses were taken. And then years later, they were taken again and shown their hybrid children on a ship. 3 credible women. They're all famous authors, 3 of them.
I would like to go the millionaire route.
That's a better route.
Yeah.
I'll hook you up with Mark.
I think that one
Mark Glenn Moore.
That one sounded really nice.
Yeah, I'm very jealous of him, quite frankly. And he says they're women. But Mark introduced me. I'm single. Maya, this beautiful.
So beautiful he'll cry. All right.
Wow. Did they get any like money to after they're impregnated? Did they get some?
No. It's almost the theory is that they're introduced to their hybrid kid, and then the hybrid kid and the mom sort of hug, and then the mom says to the aliens, I want to, and they go, no. They go like this, no, you don't know how to feed them. And then they bring the mom back down to Earth, and then they never see the kid again. It's very
They're
sad.
like nanny aliens.
It's nanny aliens. Very sad.
Oh, Dan, this has been so incredible.
I don't want to end on
Thank you. I know, I'm like,
No, it's not a bad
on that
note.
note, I think we should get back to comedy.
Yes!
Thank you. Give it up for Dan.
This is so
Thank you.